I've been doing some testing with this Super Bowl army with the Root Riders just to open up the walls. It is actually really strong. Here's the army if you guys want to copy it, but there will be an army link in the description. Let's hop right into the first replay. Alright, so what you're going to want to do, basically just use your Royal Champion at the beginning and try to break the ring of defenses just like you would with a Root Rider attack. You're basically setting this up exactly as you would a Root Rider attack. I'm doing the trick where you overlap the invisibility spells to keep your fox alive. So you're dropping your first invisibility spell on 7, and then you're dropping your next on 3, and then you'll get 2 seconds out of your Spirit Fox because you'll drop it back again on 7. So it actually works really well. You can keep your Royal Champion alive with no problems. You'll never fail any Royal Champion charges with this as long as you practice it. And a lot of times, the majority of the time I would say, you actually keep your fox alive, which is really nice to have for the main push with your army. So that's what we're doing, dropping invisibilities on 7 and 3, and then letting the Spirit Fox get the last few seconds of the cycle before you drop it down on 7 again. And then after you run out of invisibility spells, you're obviously going to recall her out. Make sure you don't miss the Spirit Fox. Make sure you're recalling the Spirit Fox as well. We're getting a nice funnel set here. We're taking out the whole top corner of this base. So as soon as that's done, recall her out. And then you're going to want to look where your funnel is set, and you're going to want to use your queen with her giant arrow and the siege barracks on the side to funnel, and then you're going to drop all your troops in the middle. We're just dropping a couple super barbs up there to start cleaning up some of the trash. We're going to drop one there just to set the pathing, and there we drop our queen's giant arrow with the siege barracks. And I am using an ice golem out in front. You don't have to bring that. You can change that if you want. So they'll set the funnel on the opposite side. The funnel was set at the top by our Royal Champion charge. So now you spam everything into the middle just like you would with a Root Rider attack. And basically it's just a Super Bowler attack, but you have the Root Riders to open the walls, which is really nice. You don't have to bring any jump spells or anything, obviously, because you're using all the invises on the Royal Champion. You got the Root Riders to open the wall. And you can change your pets and your equipment up a little bit. I don't have all the equipment that would be best with this. It would definitely be better to bring a Hog Puppet over the Rocket Spear, but mine isn't a high enough level. That's why I did that. And I actually used the King up here to take out that whole compartment. I kind of like using the King in his own spot just to kind of speed it up a little bit. Because power is almost never an issue with this. You have plenty of power to push through the bases. Sometimes you can run into some time issues. That's why I used the King up there specifically on this base, because he was able to take out a whole compartment. But if you have the Sneezy, I would definitely run that on the Warden to tank for your healers. I don't even have it unlocked yet, so that's why I'm not using it. But you see, this base is absolutely crushed. Also, one other thing. What was I thinking? Yeah, I'm not sure, but you could definitely change this equipment up if you wanted to. If you wanted to on the King also, you could bring a wall break and put the Angry Jelly on him with the Giant Gauntlet and the Rage Vial, and you could take out a whole compartment that way, but this way works as well. I don't even have the Giant Gauntlet, so that's why I'm using it this way. So again, feel free to tweak this to your guys' liking. It's definitely not the most efficient the way I have it, but I don't have all the best equipment or even some of the pets that I need, like the Sneezy I would like to run just to tank for the healers. But I don't have that, so we're going to hop into another attack. Alright, on to the second attack. We have a double invis base, and this is why I run the giant arrow on the queen. Just in case you run into bases like this, which are very common in High Legends, by the way. So we're going to charge in and try to get the monolith here, but I don't think she's actually going to path to the monolith. I think she's going to end up going down and around, which kind of sucks. We obviously can't get to the core either because that invis tower is going to trigger, and it's going to make her repath, even if she does go in. So we're just kind of trimming around the outside here, just getting as much value as we can. A lot of bases you run into are going to be anti-Royal Champion charge, obviously, because it is the meta. So even if it goes wrong, I mean, you have so many invises, you're still going to get value either way. And basically, like I said, all you're trying to do is just set pathing anyway. So if you don't get any really big defenses down, as long as you set the pathing, you're still most likely going to be fine. That's where you could start running into some time issues. But I haven't had too many problems with it, to be honest. So we're just kind of getting some value here. We're probably just going to get the Expo and maybe that Builder Hut, and that's it. And then we'll recall her out, dropping a last invis. And we are going to get the last cycle from the Spirit Fox, so we should be able to get the Builder Hut, and we do. And then we'll recall out. And you see, we still set a nice funnel down here, even though we didn't get into the core. So I'm dropping a couple troops down there just to clean up that trash so I don't forget about it and end up time failing, because I'm not very good at multitasking. So now I'm just trying to think on the fly here, because I don't want to charge straight into that Town Hall, because that is just a death sentence. We got that double invis there. We got the core invis as well as the Town Hall. So I'm just trying to think here. So I end up sending everything in from up here. I want to get rid of that monolith early. I think I might use my Royal Champion's Rocket Spear here to snipe out that monolith. I can't remember what I do here. I'm trying to watch. That's what I should have done, but it's fine. We get our Root Riders to path into it. It's not going to do too much damage, so we end up using our Siege Barracks and our Queen right there just to kind of start cutting it off. Now they're going to run around the outside, and that will start pushing our Root Riders and our Super Bowlers into the center, which is what I wanted. And we actually get our Siege Barracks to path into that open wall up there and clear out that compartment, which is nice. So now we've got our entire main army right in the core of the base. Going to shred through this. The Invis Tower was already triggered, which is nice. Now we're using the Rocket Spear from the Royal Champion just to stay back and stay alive so she doesn't run out ahead and die to these big defenses. That's basically the only reason I used it there, but we used the King's ability. The Spiky Ball triggers the Invis Tower there, and we have a ton of troops left. All of our Super Bowlers are alive, our King's still alive, Warden's still alive, Queen's still alive. Our Royal Champion's actually still alive as well. All of our Valkyries are still up, and our Pekkas from our Siege Barracks. So again, this base was completely smashed. This is a really strong attack. Like I said, I haven't really ran into any power issues, but the times I have failed, it's been time. So that's why on some bases I like to use the King off by himself just to clear another compartment because it will save you time at the end of the attack. But then again, you could run into some issues because it is nice sometimes to have that Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball in the core, obviously. So it is kind of base dependent, so that's something you guys are just going to have to pay attention to and try to identify on your own. So make sure you guys are watching out for that. You just got to kind of think on the fly. It's not universal for every base. So we're going to hop into one more replay. All right, on to the last attack. It's one of these style bases, which are really annoying. I hate how there's all the trash in the bottom and top and left corners. It's just hard to know where to go in from, and it's kind of hard to funnel it sometimes. So these are very annoying bases, but I'm just going to approach it from this side. And we're going to take out the bomb tower. We should get the fire spitter. Should trigger the poison tower, which is nice because that can really slow down your super bowlers. So we're going to get the scatter shot. We're going to get the fire spitter. We're going to get the poison tower. A pretty decent value. We're definitely not going to make it to the monolith. And I think she actually does go right towards the town hall. So I can't remember if we get the town hall here or not. You definitely don't have to get the town hall with your Royal Champion charge in this attack. But if you can get it, obviously it's good value. And we're definitely going to get it here. That was actually pretty lucky pathing. That isn't what I meant to get. I thought she was going to kind of just go up, but we'll take it. We're going to get the Expo after we get the Town Hall, and we still have one cycle left of Invises as well as the Spirit Fox, so we still got quite a bit of time, but she does chase the Royal Champion, which honestly, I should have just let her take her out there. I accidentally invised her. So we're going to recall out, and we do lose our Fox. I was a little bit greedy there. I should have just recalled because there really was no value left there anyway. So we're going to use our Ice Golem first this time because there's a lot of defenses out on the edge of the base that we don't want to be targeting our Queen. So we'll do that first, drop in our Queen and our Siege Barracks, and then we'll spam everything else down in the middle. And then definitely, if you got trash like this down here, get some cleanup down early so you don't have to worry about it later. You don't want to be running into any time issues. So that's basically all your Super Barbs are for, is just to start cleaning stuff up on the outside. You can snipe defenses with it and stuff as well. Also, if you need to kind of cut off pathing, as I do right there, I take up that army camp to make sure all of our Super Bowlers and our Root Riders take the turn back into the base and don't wander on the outside. So that's why I used a Super Barb there, which is really nice. And now we got our King up there. He's going to clear out the rest of that trash. Got a couple Super Barbs as well. I should have dropped stuff down here way earlier to start cleaning that, but it's not going to matter because the Super Barbs are so fast at cleaning up trash. So I'm just going to use the Super Barbs down there as of now. Because as you see, everything's grouped together, which is exactly what you want. We're going to have so much power pushing through the backside of this base with our healers. It's going to keep everything alive. We've got that Rage Vial on the Warden, which is just making everything push through. And now we're starting to clean up down here at the bottom. Just slowly sprinkle in the Super Barbs to start cleaning all that stuff up. It is tanking that Expo. I honestly should have let that Expo target my main army before I started dropping these because I could have taken everything out. But it is what it is. That's obviously why I'm not that good of a player. It's the little details like that that separate the decent players from the really good players. But you see, this base is absolutely crushed again. Our Royal Champion's basically full health. Our Queen's full health. Our Warden's full health. Our King's still alive. All of our Super Bowlers are up. We still have Root Riders alive. It was absolutely crushed again. So you see, this has a lot of power, and you can absolutely level bases with it. Like I said, the one thing you sometimes have to worry about is time. But we're just going to go in, and I'm going to show you some changes you can make real quick here at the end of the video. So one thing, you don't need the giant arrow on the Queen. Again, I don't really have any other good equipment. If you have the magic mirror, that definitely would work as well. The reason I'm using the giant arrow is just to trigger invis towers, which you are going to run into a lot. So it is a good thing to have, but it's definitely not necessary. Then the second thing on the Royal Champion, You definitely don't need the rocket spear, but that's the only other equipment that I have that's really good, that's useful. It's not always the best value, but you can snipe town halls with it if you don't get anything to path in as you're running around the outside of it. It is pretty versatile, but if you have the hog puppet upgraded, you can use that as well because that's better for the backside of the base, obviously. And it's also an option to run a haste file and use that with your initial Royal Champion charge to get more value there. So there's tons of options you guys can do on the Royal Champion. That's completely up to you guys. Those are the changes I would recommend. Obviously on the Warden, you could run stuff like the Healing Tome. You could change that up a little bit if you wanted to, but the Rage Vial, in my opinion, is pretty necessary just because it speeds up your attack. When you're working with slow troops like Root Riders and Bowlers, you want to speed them up as much as you can, so I'd probably stick with that. You could change up the pets a little bit too if you want, like I said, the Sneezy on probably the Warden, or yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. Just the Sneezy on one of them would be nice to tank for the healers for your main push, because you only got 3 healers. So if you run into a trapped area and lose all your healers, you could be in trouble. So the Sneezy would be good. Again, I don't even have it unlocked, so that's why I'm not running it, but it would be good to pull some traps for your healers to keep them alive. Those are the changes I could recommend. Again, like I said, the Rage Vial and the Giant Gauntlet on the King if you want, but if you're going to do that, make sure you bring a wall break so you can get him into a compartment and take that out. That's another good change you can make. So there is lots of options you can make. It is a really versatile attack. So let me know in the comments if you try this out, how it works for you guys. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next video.